Directing is a process of guiding, motivating. Elements of directing is a 4-mark question. The word itself here, supervision. That means who are the people who are performing, who are the people who are not performing. So the next topic is motivation. You should have a motive, that is what you want to be in your life. So in the organization, you will have so many people who will influence you. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, we have come to the second session of directing. A quick recall what we have done in the first session. If you have not watched the first session, you are supposed to go fast and then you are supposed to click the button and then you will understand what exactly we have done. For those who have already gone with the first session, a quick recall for you. Directing is a process of guiding, motivating, counseling the employees. Now who are the one who will direct it? That is from the top level to middle level to supervisory level, and supervisory level to the next level. Here you will understand the next topic, that is elements of directing. What is it? It's the elements of directing. Please understand, this elements of directing is a 4-mark question and you are supposed to write these 4 points and you are supposed to explain. The first thing here in the directing, now I'll give you who will direct whom. Now if you go with this, right, you have top, middle. So top level is there, middle level is there, supervisory level is there. Now it goes on to the next level. So the level of management depends on the nature and size of the business. So whatever, if the business is very huge, then the levels of management also increases. Now here, directing is actually from what? Top to bottom. Directing goes what? It flows from top to bottom. That means what? The top level will direct to the middle level, the middle level will direct to the supervisory. Now supervisory will go with something so that they can achieve the organizational goal. That is the reason we are supposed to go with directing. So the elements of directing, there are like 4 types of elements. Now the first one is supervision. That means who will supervise? Now the top level will supervise the middle level will supervise the supervisory level. That is what the supervision happens. Then motivation, what exactly? Again here, everything is what? From the top to the bottom, motivation will happen. That means motivation in the sense, what exactly motivation is? Somebody will push you, in the sense it is not like literally pushing you. See, there are something called motivator, motivation and motivatee. Now here, now motivation I'll explain you in the next sessions, because this is the 8-mark question in the final examination. Then you will have something called leadership. Now what exactly leadership here is? A person who will motivate you is not a leader. A person who actually directs you is not a leader. Leader is an inbuilt, that is, you will get to know when you follow that one person. That one person is called the leader. Now he will get the ability to lead the employees. And the last one here is communication. In this directing, no students, the supervision, motivation, leadership and communication, they are the elements of directing. Without these things, directing is incomplete. So directing in the sense what? It initiate actions. To go with initiate actions, what happens is you need to supervise your employees. Then you need to motivate your employees. The next thing is you need to know who is the real leader among your employees. And the last one is you need to have proper communication with your employees. If there is a barrier of communication, right? If there is a barrier in communication, what happens is directing is incomplete. That is what happens here. The next one is here, supervision. So we'll go with one by one what exactly it is. Supervision. Now the minute you get to know supervision, right, the question is what is supervision? Without thinking about this, whatever it is, right, here you can write the answer. So I'll give you a hint. Let's go with this. Now it's a level of management. Somebody is here in the middle level and here is supervisory level, right? Now the middle level, in the sense, he is the superior. Who is he? He is the superior. Now you are the subordinate. Who are you? You are the subordinate. Okay, done. Now, what is supervision? The word itself here, supervision, that means he has an eye for you. That means he is looking what exactly you are doing. If you are doing something wrong, immediately he'll call you and he'll rectify your things. That is what happens in supervision. Why is that? He is looking whatever you people are doing, is he is assigned a duty by his boss. Right now he's in the top level. That means what? His boss is supervising him. Now he is supervising you, and you need to supervise somebody else. Now understand what exactly supervision is. It means overseeing. What is it? It means overseeing what is being done by subordinates. Now you are a subordinate for him, but still you have a subordinate for you. That means what? Even you are supervising. That means you are overseeing him what exactly is happening. Giving instructions to ensure, that is, now somewhere you are going wrong. Now he will give you what? He'll give you instruction. What is that he'll give you? He'll give you instruction. Now why will he give you instruction? That means you need to go with what? See, the resources are there here. You have what? Resources. Now the resources are scarce. See, now you are supposed to optimally utilize the resources. That's why the supervisor is always there to actually say that whether you are doing your work properly or not, you are supposed to get trained on the job training or not. That is why the supervisor will be there to go with supervision. Now it means overseeing. Overseeing is done. What is being done by the subordinate? That is what you people are doing. And giving instruction to ensure optimum utilization of resources and achieve the work targets. That means what exactly you people want to achieve, you need to achieve. There are something called the goals here. Please understand here. Now when you go with these things, the ethics, the way you go with it. Now supervision is what? It is a quality basis. It is what? It is a quality basis. And here what will be there? There will be a coach, and he will actually tell you what exactly you are supposed to do. Now in the 6th chapter, that is staffing, if you go with the session 6, please understand every session, every chapter is a link for the next chapter. That's why I don't want any one of you to skip any of the sessions of mine. You are supposed to go back and then you need to know what exactly on the job training is. In this on the job training only the supervision is there. So it is a link between the staffing chapter and the directing chapter. Here what happens is the supervision is actually the on the job training. That means when you are working, your boss is there who is superior than you. He will go with supervision. He will know what exactly you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. That is a benefit of being under a radar, that is overseeing by somebody. So next is importance of supervision. Students, what are the importance of supervision? Why supervision is needed? You need to understand. It is not that there is a person called monitor where he is monitoring you. He is not for monitoring you. He is only to get the real work done from you so that the company is in a growth phase. Now here what you need to understand is you are in a company so that the company is being benefited by you as well as you will get benefited by the company. The same way here what happens is supervisors maintain friendly relationship with workers. The reason is what? Human is heterogeneous. Human is what? Heterogeneous. When human is heterogeneous, we need to actually think about his mood swings. Now every day the way I behave will not be the same the next day what I behaved, right? So what is the real thing? There will be a person called a supervisor. Now the supervisor need to actually maintain friendly relationship with workers. That means whatever happens in, see, when people are there and they are working, right, what happens is there will be some ego clashes, there will be some fight, there will be something kind of a nonsense stuff. So supervisor is there who will maintain everything so that everybody work freely and has a brotherhood. The next thing is supervisor act as a link between workers and management. You need to know HR policy, right? Human resource management. The same way the supervisor also does the same thing. What exactly he does, I'll tell you what here it is. Now you have this employer and you have the employee, right? You have the employer and you have the employee. Now there is this middleman. What it is, he is the supervisor. Now he acts as a bridge between the employer and the employee. Whatever the employee wants from the employer, the employee cannot go directly and he cannot knock the doors of the employer. So what happens is they will tell him what exactly they need to get, say example salaries or incentives or fringe benefits, what all the things are, they will actually tell the supervisor. Now in return what happens is the supervisor will go and tell this to the employer. So he acts like a bridge between the employer and the employee. It is not only one-way traffic, it is also the two-way traffic, where employer will tell the supervisor what he wants from the employee. And what the supervisor does is he will tell the employee that this is what the employer wants, only then he will give you the bonus or high in the salary or incentives. So this is what happens in the supervisor level. The next thing is supervisor maintain group unity. I told you in the first one itself, right? When humans are there, right, fight will happen, misunderstanding will happen, miscommunication will happen. There will be a groupism, there will be a kind of other different small community groups will actually come. Now the supervisor, he need to actually have something called, he need to maintain the group unity. So this is what happens here in supervisor. The next thing is supervisor ensures performance of work. Now that is the main thing of the supervisor, that he need to think about the performance. He need to be very clear about what people need to do and what people shouldn't do it. Now only then he'll get to know that who are the people who are performing, who are the people who are not performing but acting as if they are performing. This is what happens in the supervisory things. Now these are the importance of supervision. Now please understand students, even if you don't follow these things, right, aram se you can go and you can write the examination the way you will actually understand. But I'll tell you what it is. Remember these points and understand the concept very well. If you understand the concept very well, what happens here is you will get to know that the supervisor is there, he is the one who will only go with what? A friendly relationship, so that he can achieve the group unity. And next here, if you go with it, as he is a link between workers and the management. That means now the worker in the sense the employees and the management in the sense the employer. Now he will be the bridge about these things. And the next one here is supervisor ensure performance of work. So the supervisor ensure performance of work. That means what? Whatever the work is to be done, it is whose responsibility to get it done? It is the supervisor responsibility to get it done by the workers. So these are the importance of supervision. Now you have the continuity of the importance, that is there are few more importance of supervision. It is totally different from what we have learned. Now here supervisor provides a good on the job training. What is it? On the job training. He is a person who will actually go with on the job training properly. How exactly he does? Now you need to understand here, right? Now he is the superior and here you have the subordinate, right? Now the subordinate, when he is performing any work, what exactly happens is he need to use the resources optimally, that is optimum utilization of resources. Now whose responsibility it is? It is the superior's responsibility who is supervising the subordinate. Now here what happens is influencing the workers in the organization. He will influence. What he will do? He will influence, right? He will influence that what exactly they need to be done. Next is a good supervisor analyzes. What he does, he analyzes the work performed and give feedback feedback to the workers. Now what happens is, whatever the subordinate has done, the superior will actually influence, motivate, guide, counsel, all those he will do so that they can achieve the organization goal effectively and efficiently. After the work is done, it is not the entire process which is already done. The process is continued because he need to give him the feedback. And what type of feedback he should give? He should give a proper feedback, that is what this subordinate has done, so that he can rectify his mistakes in the next coming days. That is why directing is what? It is a continuous process. Again, supervision is also what? It is a continuous process. So these are the importance of supervision. So the next topic is motivation. What exactly motivation means? Now you people have heard about this motivation from your school days, that you are getting motivated by your parents, you will get motivated by your sister, your sibling, your brother, right? So you are getting motivated. So what is this word called motivation? Here in the corporate sector and the real life, motivation is the same. Now motivation, you have two types, that is positive motivation and negative motivation. Now here, positive in the sense there is a growth, and negative motivation means there is again a growth but in a different way. That is what the motivation here is. Here the motivation means it is incitement or inducement to act or move. That is what the motivation is here. And in business context, it means that the process of making subordinate, whom you are supposed to motivate, will you motivate the top level? No, the top level will motivate the middle level, and the middle level will motivate the supervisory level. That is why again motivation is what? From the top to the bottom. It flows from top to the bottom. Nowhere the subordinate will motivate the top level management to do any work, right? That cannot happen. So here, what is the key word here? That is a subordinate, to act in a desired manner to achieve certain organization goals. So why the subordinates are motivated by the top level or the middle level? Because they need to get the work done. That means there is something called goal which should be achieved. That is why they go with motivation. Here motivation means what? They are the one who will actually pull or push the employees so that the employees will get the work done better. Now here motivation, it is the motivation like you have two kinds of motivation here. That is, one is the organizational benefit, another is the employee benefit also. Now why will employee get motivated to work better in the organization? Because the organization will pay back him the more salary, incentives, fringe benefits. Now why is that the organization is getting benefited? Because employees working more, the organization is getting more productivity. That is the reason here. It's both the ways that motivation is helpful for the organization as well as the employee. Now what is the meaning of motive? See, there is a difference between motivation, there is a difference between motive, and the next one I'll just teach you. A motive is an inner state. What is it? It's an inner state. Motive. What exactly the motive is? What motive you have? What exactly you need to do in your life? You don't have any kind of a motivation or a motive. Now you will understand what is motive. Motive is an inner state that energizes, activates, or moves and directs behavior towards goals. That is what exactly you need to do in your life. That is the inner sense. You will get to know that what am I supposed to do. Right now I'm in the second PUC. What exactly is my motive? Why should I study? Why should I attend classes? Why should I see the sessions? Why should I go with any of the tutorials? Now that is something called, you should have a motive. That is what you want to be in your life after 5 years, after 10 years. What exactly you want life to give you. There is something called living and standard of living. Now you are supposed to aim at standard of living than just living. Now here, motive arise out of needs of the individual. It depends on person to person. The way I think about, I have a different kind of motive and you have a different kind of motive. Now people who are in a different job, they have different perspectives, but they have what? Still they have different motives. But when they start achieving it, they'll get to know that whether it is feasible or it is not feasible. Students, I'll tell you, there is nothing called impossible in the entire world. You can only go with it. See, impossible is often untried. You need to try until you succeed. That is what your motive should be. So the next topic we have is motivators. Students, you need to understand this motivators, what exactly motivators are. Motivators are not the people who are motivating you. Now, motivators is a technique. Motivator is what? It's a technique that on what basis you will work more. The positive motivators, they are like something called salary, recognition, promotion, or incentives, bonus, right? These are the motivators. On what basis you will actually go with it. Now, there are people who are like heterogeneous, I told you, right? There is one person who gets motivated because he gets more pay and he will work. Now, there are few people who are like, if you give me bonus every year, only then I'll work. Now, there are people who goes with it. There are people who go with, if you give me promotion, right, I'll do more work. Now, there are few people who don't think about the pay or the bonus or the promotion. They are okay if you give them recognition. Now, they'll actually work. Now, there are few people, if you start praising them, right, praising them, now they'll work for you. Now, this is what it is. And there are again few people who goes with what? You give them more responsibility. What is it? Responsibility. And they'll work for you. Now, these are the motivators, right? These are the parameter where you can actually go with it, called as motivators. Now, motivator is what? It's a technique. It is what? A technique used to motivate people in an organization. So, in an organization, how people will get motivated? That is through these. These are the motivators, that is pay, bonus, promotion, recognition, praise, and responsibility. These are the motivators. That is a technique which is used to motivate the people in the organization. Now, here you can go. Managers use diverse motivators like, now who actually uses this? It is the managers who use. Now, what exactly it is? That is pay, bonus, what I told you, right? That is what it is. Pay, bonus, promotion, recognition, praise, responsibility, etc. So, these are the motivators. It is not me or you who is motivating them. They will get motivated because this is the beautiful technique which is used in the organization. That is, if you work more efficiently and effectively, then you will get more payment. Now, automatically what will happen is they start working. Now, if you work more every year, you will actually get bonus. Again, they'll work. Now, if you work more, you will get promotion within 1 year. Now, automatically that 365 days they'll work, they'll be on time and they'll perform their duty on a regular basis, that too efficiently and effectively. Optimum utilization of resources will be happening, and all those things they'll actually take care. There will be no hazard in the workplace. The reason is what? That 1 year, whatever he does, his motivator technique is what? Promotion. To get that promotion, he will do everything for the company. Next thing, there are people who will go with recognition, praises, and there are person who takes responsibility. In many of the MNC company, now after achieving this per month 10 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees, now they don't have this kind of a promotion or a pay or something. They want people to recognize them. That is what the face of that particular MNC company. There are people who, again, this is also called as a motivator technique. These are the things you are supposed to understand. Students, if you have any doubt, you can message, you can call us. We are always there for you because Vidhyaashram is a student centric. Vidhyaashram is doing everything only for you people, even in this pandemic. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.